Hi, everybody. I'm Pastor William Dallas, as you can see down below. I'm going to do a series on things the church never told you. And today's series is about the truth about prayer. Now, one of the things you have to realize when it comes to prayer, prayer is not based on your connection to church, nor is it based on your connection to God. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it's not based on those things. What it's actually based on is the state of your heart. Now, what does that mean? That means that if you are praying to God with a sincere heart, He hears you. We have been taught that if you are praying to God and you are saved and born again and spirit-filled and carry a Bible and throw one over your shoulder, He hears you. But I think it's Samuel, if I'm not mistaken, the first chapter of Samuel, the 16th chapter says, man looks at the outward appearance, but God looks at your heart. God is constantly watching your heart. That's number one. He is not looking at your spiritual state. He's looking at your heart. A lot of people don't go to church that have the heart of God. That's why when you look at 1 John, he says, God is love, and they that love are born of God. So the first thing you need to understand about prayer, prayer is not the state of your heart. God loves you beyond what you're going through, loves you beyond what you're dealing with. It is not about where you go to church and how you are balanced spiritually. It's how your heart is, which in a way is how you are balanced spiritually, but they're actually two different things. Second thing, you don't have to say every time you pray, in the name of Jesus. Now, if you look at John the 14th chapter, it talks about the difference. And if you read it really closely, you realize that he says, one says ask and the other says pray. But you have to come in his name. Now, what does that mean in his name? That means you have to come on the reverence of the Son of God. That means that it's on the inside. Back to that 1 Samuel chapter. He's looking at your heart. Your heart doesn't have to say in the name of Jesus. The Bible talks about he's your father. So if he's your father, that means you talk to your father like a father. And when you talk to him, he hears you like one of his children. So you don't have to say in the name of Jesus. Now, to say in the name of Jesus is not right, nor is it wrong. But I don't want you to have to stop in a position and start going in the name of Jesus as if God doesn't know you come in his son's name. Now, here's the other thing. Don't learn this. The moment that Christ came and died for you, all prayers are accessed through Christ. So that means any prayer that you make is accessed through Christ. And the final thing, position. You don't have to be on your knees. You don't have to be prostrate. You don't have to be any position whatsoever. If God is paying attention to your heart, the only position you can need to petition him in is a state of humility and believing that he's God. Hebrews says it this way. If you come to God, you must first believe that he is and a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So guys, I need you to understand, God is prayer. God is love. He hears you when you pray. So pray to him. When you're in a situation and you don't know how, ask him about it. You don't have to run to the church. You have to run away from the church. What you simply have to do is say, God, I need you and I need you in this position. And he'll reach you there. All right. I'm Pastor Dallas, and that's your things you didn't learn in church for today.